And it's just been fantastic. I think, you know, because we've been so disconnected with like lockdown and key places shut down sadly, which is where we were based before the coronavirus. And there's a real gap in this need to connect, to create, to have that kind of community. And it's been fantastic. And we're running 12 weeks. And each week I'll do a tutorial, and then we'll have like a Facebook live session where people will show their work, so they'll be able to have the chance to showcase what they've been up to. And
so that's going to be online for anyone to look at for years to come, isn't it?
Yes.
And as well as streaming on Friday evenings?
Yeah.
Over 12 weeks?
So we've got a Facebook channel which is called Creative Change Workshops. So if you just type that in on a search engine or on YouTube, that'll come up. And you can subscribe to that and watch right from the beginning if you like. And I also have a Facebook page, which is at Hannah Aria British Artist. So we'll live stream the videos on there, but they'll also be saved to the page so you can go back and have a look. And I have a website which is www.hannaaria.com. So there's a few platforms.
Yeah, and you mentioned Key Place, because I think you had an art residency at Key Place with Suffolk Mind.
That's right. So I was the artist in residence at Key Place for a year. And we started off with just a small group that were meeting together, art and wellbeing, but with a real social action agenda. So a lot of our work was influenced by like campaigning to stop modern slavery, for instance. We've done a lot of environmental projects and exhibitions in the Middle East. So it's very much user-led. So we're a real team. It's kind of led by what the group wants rather than me saying an agenda.
Is the group still meeting? I know you're having get-togethers online through art. Is that how are you meeting now?
So basically, the original core group have now transitioned to what I'm doing online, and we've now increased our audience. So whereas there's probably a team of about 15, 100% loyal, committed team members, we've been able to reach thousands. I think we had 4,000 people watch the Friday before last.
Wow. Yeah.
So actually going onto the internet has meant that so many more people can benefit from it. And we try and make sure that like new people who sign up don't feel like, oh, because they weren't part of the original group that they can't be, in with us. Like we're really trying to build those relationships, and a lot of these people we've never met, but we already know things about them, and they're becoming regular participants, and we just have a real laugh. It's almost like a comedy show sometimes, to be honest.
So when we say art, some people I think could be a bit, I'm not an artist, do you know what I mean? I'm not good enough to be part of a group of artists, sort of thing. So how broad is that term? I mean, is it anything creative? Is it, someone likes sewing, creatively, or is it just sort of pen, ink, paint art?
I think the between spaces stuff is much more like an adult version of Blue Peter, to be honest.
Okay.
It's like anybody can get involved. You don't have to have any talent at all. And it's more a case of give it a go. And if it goes wrong, we can just laugh about it together. Or, we joke about calling it conceptual art and saying that it would still go in the Tate Modern and be appreciated by millions. A lot of people think things have to be very calm and quiet. And we have each other in hysterics. We're wild. And why can't we be wild?
So it's a wild arts group.
It's a wild arts group. If you want to have a good laugh and not take yourself too seriously, it's the place to be, isn't it?
It is. And I think we built a community of people. I'm just a participant who came along because I'm a beginner who's interested in art. My personal background is science and technology. I worked in telecommunications. A lot of my interests, hobbies are science and nature related, but I kind of always wanted to do a little bit of art. And I've also had a need to do art as a therapy for my mental health.
My hunch is there's a lot of people in a space that's between everything's fine and gosh, I really need therapy because I'm in, and even there's plenty of people I think in the space where they probably need some therapeutic support, but I'm not going to acknowledge that because they just don't want to cross almost a line.
Yeah.
And actually, if something's on offer that is where they can get that kind of opportunity to talk to other people and kind of get support by being with others who are like-minded, without having to go to their GP. I mean, how do you go to a GP now anyway? Without having to go to professionals and go, help, I'm in crisis. And I think that's just what we need much more of. We need more of the opportunity to get help without having to be labelled. You could just kind of capture that, what that thing is that's gold lacquer, but for people.
It's described as sacred scars, actually.
Okay.
And I've actually got another piece of art which I'm going to have to show you when we go back to the gallery, called Embrace the Storm. And the piece of artwork itself has got this little metal piece that says warrior, and it's a circle with literally like a storm in the circle aspect of it. But what it's about is that actually we develop far more character and strength of self in times of difficulty than we ever would when things are rosy. So around the circled object is all blue skies, but inside it's kind of like the grey storm. And I think I would not be the person that I am today doing what I do if I had not been through the things I've been through. I can relate to people because I've been through heartache. I can relate to people because I've experienced certain things. That doesn't mean that I've walked their walk by any means, but it gives you a level of insight and understanding. And wisdom, I think, wisdom does come with age, wisdom comes with experience. And if I'd had a rosy life, I would not have the depth of character that I have now. And I think it's about turning your mess into a message. And, at the end of the day, what is awful experiences you can actually be a solution for someone else. You can be there and say, look, I don't understand exactly what you're going through, but I've been here and I'm here now, and I'm, just speaking those words of like hope to people, and journeying together. And I really don't mean like positive reframing. I don't mean let's whitewash what you're going through. It's just like, things are really awful for you now, but this is not the end, and I know you're going to be stronger for this.